Thanks for taking us through this information. I mean, we've done it fast, but I think that we've given them the kernel of what the folks need to know out in our audience. And one final thing, what encouragement would you give Christians who are having this constant barrage come their way?
Well, I think once you start to realize that this pattern is happening and you actually look to see at the different takes and angles that are being taken to try and chip away at Christianity, a switch ought to go off in your head and go, well, those all can't be right. Something else is going on here. And so take 3 deep breaths and realize that what's happening here is that when you take the Bible and the biblical portrait of Jesus out of the story, you've removed the central material that Christianity has always affirmed about that. And when you do that, you open up the discussion to go anywhere, but in the process, you've lost your moorings in history. And so whatever that is, as fun as it is to talk about for some people and how some people like the controversy and the hype that comes with it, it's not the real Jesus.
One final thing that I thought about, you've written some articles where you said, let's just put it in terms, we've got 6 friends here that when the networks do specials on Jesus, the 6 evangelicals are all our buddies, okay? And you're one of the leading ones that appear all the time. We could put together a 2-hour special for nationwide television that would respond to these things if people in our audience realized, hey, they could help us to do this. You might need $6 million for the special and a lot more money for, not a lot more, but maybe $1 million just to make that special, go to Israel, wherever the attack is coming. And you've written that folks that can step up should step up. Say a word about that.
Well, what I said is that Christianity is now to the point where we shouldn't have all these different organizations doing their own thing. There ought to be some projects that we band together to pull off. And the reason I suggest this is because it represents all of us. And my claim is that if you take a look at the Christian entertainment industry, which several years ago was a $4 billion industry, I did say billion, you don't even have to tithe that, okay? You can tithe the tithe, all right? Can people find 0.1% out of their budget or 0.2% out of their budget? Give that over every year for the production of one major special that is branded as reflecting of Christian worldview, conservative Christian worldview, evangelical Christian worldview, and put it on the TV so that our culture can hear what Christians believe the real story of Jesus to be, some element of that story. I think we could do that on an annual basis or perhaps once every 2 years and create a discussion looking at the rest of the story. You know, Paul Harvey deserves to take his shot at Christianity.